Ask any real estate agent in Chicago, and they'll probably tell you now is a great time to buy. They'll paint a pretty picture, glossy photos, and talk about how fast your home value will climb. And you know what? They're not exactly wrong, but they're definitely not telling you the whole story. The truth is, for some of you watching, buying a home in Chicago in 2026 can be a financial disaster. For others, waiting just 6 months could cost you tens of thousands. So, what's the real story here? Let's break down what's actually happening in Chicago's housing market and what it takes to come out on top. Let's start with the facts. While many major cities are seeing their markets cool off, Chicago's price growth has been outpacing the national average. Now, recent data shows year over year growth hitting a solid 8.2% for the median sales price, reaching 385,000. If you zoom out to the broader Chicagoland area, the median price is trending at 365,000. But the price tag is only half the battle. The real pressure cooker is the inventory shortage. There aren't enough homes to go around citywide. The number of homes for sale has plummeted nearly 12% from last year. Inventory roughly 20% pre-pandemic levels. High demand and low supply is what creates out of control feeling. Most desirable areas, well priced homes are still moving fast, creating intense competition among buyers. In fact, across the city, about 37% of homes are selling for more than their list price. Pressure is not spread out evenly. Chicago is a city of neighborhoods, and some have become absolute battlegrounds. Take a look at a premium neighborhood like Lincoln Park, where the median price for a single family home can push towards 875,000, or consider West Loop, which has seen condo prices jump a dramatic 15%, with averages now hitting 495,000. These are the places where bidding wars are the norm, not the exception. It's a landscape where you have to be ready to fight. Even in the broader market, it's not uncommon for homes to get multiple offers. This is the reality of Chicago's market in 2026. If you want to live in a hot neighborhood, you're going to have to compete for it. Now let's talk about the part everyone underestimates, the true cost of owning a home here. With mortgage rates hovering in the low to mid 6% range, that median priced home gets a lot more expensive than you think. Okay, let's run the numbers. A $400,000 home with a 6.3% interest rate isn't just a principal and interest payment here in Chicago. You're also signing up for some of the highest property taxes in the entire Midwest. For that $400,000 home, you could easily be looking at an annual tax bill between $7,000 and $9,000. Add in insurance and maybe an HOA fee, and your monthly housing costs can rocket past $3,000. To comfortably afford that, your household needs to be making well over $100,000 a year. This is the payment shock that catches so many buyers completely off guard. So the market is tough, expensive, and confusing. Should you just give up? Absolutely not. It just means you have to be smarter than the average buyer. While the headlines might scream out of control, the market is also showing signs of rebalancing. This isn't about perfectly timing the market, it's about having the right strategy for the market. So let's talk about what it truly takes to win. First, you have to look beyond what everyone else is seeing on Zillow. A big reason inventory is so tight is the lock-in effect. Millions of homeowners are sitting on dreamy 3% mortgage rates and have zero incentives to sell. This means the best properties often get sold before they ever hit the public market. You need to be working with someone who hears about listings before they even go live. Second, you have to know how to build a winning offer. And it's not always about throwing the most money at the seller. In a competitive situation, sellers want certainty. That means having your financing completely buttoned up, being flexible on your closing date, and knowing how to use smart tools like an appraisal gap clause to make your offer shine. Finally, you have to find the opportunity. Not every neighborhood is Lincoln Park. There are fantastic areas like Edison Park, Portage Park, Jefferson Park, Dunning that offer more reasonable prices and great potential for growth. The data shows that while some parts of the market are hyper competitive, others are a little more balanced, giving smart buyers room to breathe and even negotiate. The winning move is to spot these pockets of opportunity before they become the next battleground. Trying to buy a home in Chicago's 2026 market can feel like a high stakes game. It's a competitive, appreciating market where affordability is the number one challenge. But it is far from impossible. It just requires a clear-eyed view of numbers and a strategy that goes beyond browsing online listings. The choice between battling it out in the West Loop or discovering a hidden gem in a quieter neighborhood is a huge decision that needs to be a personalized plan. If you're ready to build a strategy that'll help you navigate this market and come out ahead, my contact information is in the description below. Let's connect and figure out your next move.